I don't feel ready to start a new relationship. I'm still afraid. I use the therapist, although he's been trying. Of course, the responsibility is mine, but I'm still afraid. I don't want to get hurt again. Okay, you have all the time in the world to recover. Your separation from Eider is still recent, but there's nothing like time to help us relax and transform the pain into useful learning that no longer bothers us. I know I'll make it. I'm strong. I believe in my potential. I just need time. Perval cleared his throat. What are you going to do for Christmas? I haven't thought about anything. I've never really liked Christmas. I prefer the end-of-year party. I think I'll stay home, in my corner. Maybe I'll spend Christmas Day with Clarice. I'd like to meet with me on Christmas Eve. I'd love to. So we're set. What time do I get? None of that. Leave me your address. I'll take a taxi. I'll feel better this way. Okay. Perval took a card from his jacket pocket and gave it to the girl. They said goodbye formally, and each went their own way. From that moment on, Perval began to feel the desire to have her in his arms for just a little longer. Be patient, the man said to himself. Even Mina was finishing getting ready. She overdid it a little with the perfume, as usual. That way you'll kill the first person you hug. Rubinho joked. I'm so worried. Do you think I'll make a good impression? Myrna, you're a hottie. You don't need a lot of makeup or accessories to get noticed. You're radiant, without exaggeration. Perval will go crazy. Don't talk to her like that. Aloy intervened. You'll make her even more nervous, but I'm not lying. My love, she's beautiful, and the old man is head over heels for her. Myrna has already won him over. She can show up in flip-flops and poorly dressed, and it will make the same impression. Myrna was visibly nervous. It's just dinner, but you're a nervous wreck. Is it really just dinner, or are you hiding something from us? Rubinho, I have nothing to hide, but he was gallant. I'm not the best, and I realized he's interested in me. Aloy perked up. Perval is an excellent catch. Handsome, well-situated, well-preserved. Instead of getting married, he took advantage of everything he could. He traveled the whole world. Now he wants to settle down and get married. I know people would give their lives for him. Exaggerate, exclaimed Rubinho. It's true. I even dragged a wing on him. I can't believe it. Men laugh nonstop. Aloy like that will make Rubinho dead with jealousy. I'm jealous. And on top of that, Perval was jealous. Yes, but I have to go well. We too, if there's any problem, will be at Uncle Gustavo's house, besides you and Maria Helena. Who else will be there? My parents and Clarice with her aunt from Minas Gerais. I heard she's a cutie. Dona Carlotta is so sweet. She doesn't even look like a woman from the confines of Minas Gerais. So pretty and well-preserved. I just want to meet her. Mina looked at her watch. Well, I wish everyone a great evening, and tomorrow she'll have lunch with us, maybe. Everything will depend on tonight. Mira replied in a mischievous tone. I think we'll only have company at New Year's Eve, and look there, said Rubinho, laughing. Let's go. I'll need to say goodbye to Clarice, and I'll take the opportunity to meet her aunt and give her a kiss. You'll love her. She's a charming lady. They went upstairs and said, Mina rang the doorbell and Clarice answered. Hello. Did you spend money on perfume? I don't think I overdid it. I'm a little nervous. I bought a watch for Percival. He thinks it's a good gift. A watch is always a good gift. Perval loves changing watches. He has several models. Come with me, and I'll take some of that perfume off. Let's go to the bathroom. Your aunt is changing. She thought everything was too rushed. She prefers country life. I'm dying to meet her. I don't want to be late to Gustavo Mario's house. Come pick her up. No. Today he's having dinner with his mother. They'll be alone. Dr. Brandeo is going to have dinner at the hotel. I think he was invited. Who knows? Maybe he'll show up there. She'll be Dr. Eugenio Brandeo's daughter-in-law. Isn't that great? Who would have thought? He's a simple man. I've already gotten rid of the impression of austerity I had about him. They heard the door in the hallway, and Carlotta came out. Clarice went to her. Annie, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Myrna. How are you? Myrna asked, kissing her on the cheeks. Dear, I'm a bit confused. The city is very busy. I belong to the country, but it's good to change every now and then. Don't hesitate to be by Clarissa's side. It's a pleasure for me. Carlotta turned around and hugged Myrna, then concluded, eyes downcast, holding the girl's hand. I'm sorry for the turbulent relationship she had with Eider. I never thought he would reach TNA. She got emotional. Imagine Dona Carlotta. I always blamed myself a lot. I always mistreated myself. What more could I expect from others? I'm not defending violence, but I could see that my behavior, my way of thinking, attracted this kind of man to my life. But it's not fair. Hector, you can't go unpunished. He'll face his own conscience. It's natural for us to change. Eider, you won't escape evolution, even if it happens through pain. You have a very beautiful light. I liked you, and I liked you too. You're very pretty, and you don't even have an anti-face. Everyone laughed. She hugged the hubcap and kissed the air on Clarissa's cheeks. A hint of jealousy. She's my aunt, that way she'll be yours. Aloy and Rubinho's aunt are also great, so she can come to Rio more often. The three of them burst out laughing again. Aloy took Mina to the bathroom to remove the excess perfume. Coda sat on the sofa, remembering the time when she was her age and what her family did at Christmas. It transported her to the past and remained that way until Clarice called her to go to Gustavo's house. Chapter 24 Dinner at Gustavo's house was going well. The table was filled with him and Maria Helena. Aloy was with his parents, Emiliano and Ice. Rubinho was good. Goodbye. Clarissa and Carlotta. Everyone peppered Carlotta with questions. They want to know about her life in the countryside, her relationship with Aitor and his parents, and why she lives alone and far from her niece. I prefer country life. I love the fresh air, the green landscape. I love to wake up early with the chickens. Gustavo pointed out that's why it's so well preserved. I always wanted to be urban. I went to live in Belo Horizonte, Horizon, but I didn't adapt and realized that the countryside was my place. Everyone continued to talk and discuss the pros and cons of living in a big city or a small town. Gustav noticed the annoyance in Carlotta's eyes, but faced with her description, he contained himself. After dinner, they went to the living room and sat near the Christmas tree. People were getting comfortable. This was the lot of the meeting. I'm loving it. It's been a while since I met with so many people in Minas Gerais. I only go occasionally to the house of my godson Mariano and his wife Antonia. They have a couple of children, and children are a bit of work, but I like to spend a few days with them, and then I go back to my corner. I stay with my garden, my chickens, my piglets, and with all the sadness that fills your heart. Carlotta could barely swallow her saliva. She felt her blood rush and her breath pant. I don't know what she's talking about. Young man. I also wasn't a friendly spirit who said moments ago at dinner. A spirit, you have the ability to talk to Elsim. Yes, for years I've been developing and educating my mediumship, and I got to the point of listening to the spirits and responding to them mentally. A spirit in the form of a woman who appreciates you very much is here. Tonight, she is rooting for your happiness. I don't know why she would root. I have nothing else to do but continue in my corner, living day after day. Fortunately, this heart will only heal after this life. This is a belief of yours. You believe that things will only be resolved when you are in the spirit world. Why don't you resolve this issue now? It's impossible, even if you want to put everything straight. I'm no longer old enough for that. I'm past the point. Gustavo, cut out another prejudice, another broken belief. Who told you that you're too old to resolve the situation? Now that's not okay. Everyone says that only young people have the right to love. Do you really believe that? Our life is nothing more than a reflection of what we think. Be very careful with what you think, because thoughts materialize around us. Carlotta couldn't stop the tears from running down her face. Gustavo lightly touched her hand. I'd like to talk in the winter garden. We could be alone if you want. Yes, I trust you, and I feel more comfortable talking to a stranger, oddly enough. Come on. The two of them got up and went to the winter garden. Maria Helena sat next to Clarice. Gustavo is different today. I noticed when he's like this. It's because there's some entity nearby. I felt that too. Clarice, yes, Since I arrived here today, I felt a pleasant sensation and a lot of longing, as if someone very special was here with us, some disembodied relative. Maybe just recently I felt Dona Eustaquia's perfume. I've been thinking about her a lot lately. The atmosphere here is very pleasant. But if Gustavo left with his aunt, it's because he must have something very serious to discuss with her. Yes, I really like Aunt Carlotta, but I feel sad a lot of the time that I know what it is. She's a widow. No, she's never married. I've seen her argue with my father once. I was very young, and he talked about her engagement. Something like that. She may have had a heartbreak. She never mentioned anything to you. No, I've always been very discreet, and I've always respected him. But once I was having dinner with him, and he told me some things. I was a bit intrigued. I'm curious. What did he say? Clarice? She had nothing special. But speaking of Aunt Carlotta, I respect her a lot. I never asked her to know about her life. Are you sure they weren't inconvenient? When Mom and Dad got married, I kept a relationship. Totally discreet. We never know what's going on with others. We should respect each other's feelings. My parents' feelings. There's something strange. How come Dad already told everyone that he got married? Because he was... Thank you, Maria Helena. He lowered his voice. He was very much in love with another woman. True, he was interested. Clarice. The story is very hot. Dad was engaged. He was about to marry the love of his life when Mom found herself pregnant with him. Imagine the disgrace for both families. Even more so. 30 years ago must have been really terrible. Now he's tired of the charade. Mom also realized she never loved him and even hopes he finds a woman again, according to gossip. Tell me soon. I'm very curious. It seems Mom created a mess and drove them apart. Now she's regretful. She thinks that until Dad finds this woman, she won't have SG. She blames herself all the time. Dona Leia, not in this energy range. Guilt doesn't bring us anything good. It only punishes and puts us down. Delma has helped a lot. I think she'll soon be attending meetings here at Gustavo's house. You know, I learned to see my mother as she is, and I've changed my concept of her a lot. That's very good. Maria Helena, you two are exactly the same. That's why you didn't get along. We really didn't get along. Now I've been trying hard. We're closer friends. I intend to get together with Gustavo, and I'll come here soon, so everything will be easier when we don't live under the same roof. Coexistence becomes better. Being far away helps a little, and it seems like Dona Leocadia adopted you. I was amazed to hear that. How much she admires me. I really like your mother, too. She will be very happy in that house, Clarice. Your presence will be healthy for my mother. Everything will get better, I'm sure. They continued talking while in the winter garden. Carlotta opened her heart to Gustavo. I'm tired of holding this burden for years. I can't stand so much pain anymore. I accepted the breakup, but sometimes I wonder why we didn't stay together. Because life has its reasons. They weren't mature enough to live together. If they forced a coexistence, they could be hating each other today. Do you really think that's possible? Life always does what's best for us, even if we don't understand what it's doing. Sometimes we say we were cursed, that nothing worked out, that things could have taken another course. But whoever said all of this is true, we make many assumptions about what should have happened. These are nothing more than illusions. When things don't work out for me, I always say it wasn't the best for me, but surely the best will come. I've never been able to think that way. I've always thought that when things don't work out, it's because life is punishing me anyway. Carlotta, that's the view of Christians. They all carry guilt, fear, and punishment. They think God punishes. They look at the forces of nature as if they were their own parents. They learn to look at God as parents and got everything mixed up. Clarice told me that you're also interested in spirituality. Yes, since I broke off my engagement, I started looking for answers to understand what happened to me. The church didn't give me any comfort. The priest asked me to resign myself and pray, I don't know how many Our Fathers and Hail Marys. That didn't help. I rebelled and left the church. It was at that time that I discovered Spiritism, and it confused me even more. I started to think that I had lost my love because I had done something terrible in the past. I don't agree with that point of view. Neither do I. You don't either. But Clarice told me that you mean you talk to the spirits. You don't follow the Spiritist doctrine. No, no. I don't follow doctrine. And I don't like to indoctrinate anyone. I'm a modern spiritualist connected to the various zeals of faith and spirituality. There are no labels. It's all a communion with God. Here on earth, we share. We create religions, temples, doctrines. I don't like to impose anything on anyone. I like to exchange experiences and points of view. I thought I was Kardecist. My background is Kardecist. However, I'm open to other ways of understanding spirituality, wherever it comes from. So, don't you think I'm suffering for a past mistake? If life puts a veil on us and makes us forget the past, how can we be punished for acts we don't remember? That would be unfair. What is it about our personality? Our set of beliefs and attitudes is maintained in successive reincarnations. It doesn't matter what you lived in the past, whether you were rich or poor, whether you had a man's or a woman's body. Everything you did, everything you put strength into and believed is true, remains in your mind. Eternal memory is linked to the spirit, and the more deeply rooted our memories are. But life repeats situations so that we can reflect, change, and mature. It may even be that you made a mistake in a past life, but your set of beliefs, your attitudes in this current life, made you attract the same situation from the past you lost your love, because you thought the same way as before you understood more or less. Carlotta answered intrigued. I had never thought that way before. This shows that I am responsible for everything that happens to me. That's right, certainly life gave you the chance to reflect and change the way you look at the facts. Let's imagine that in the past you had a relationship with this man, and things didn't work out. You were angry with life, you fought with the world, you closed your heart, and became a bitter and sad woman. Let's imagine, just supposing that you have disincarnated from this the way Gustavo spoke. Carlotta felt fascinated. In fact, she was beside him and sensed it. The entity clearly showed Carlotta's past in Gustavo's mind. He transformed into words the scenes that appeared in your mind after your death. You cursed, screamed, kicked when you learned that you had been deceived and lost most of your life, lamenting. A dull hatred welled up within your being, and you swore never to forgive him. Behold, life, always wise, united in conversation in the astral, and both decided to go through the same experience. Only this time, they would try to react differently. You agreed, and everything repeated itself. You want to die again, sad, bitter, and once again, in spirituality, hate for not having taken another attitude that is worth extending to others. See if now, what are you waiting for? Ida, who supported Carlotta. Why? It's difficult that he has abandoned me. Pride still hurts my heart. Pride is there to hurt you. Don't you think it's time to stop suffering and throw pride to the wind? Don't you consider yourself capable of attracting another love into your life? I don't know. I'm scared, yes. I don't want to die without having experienced a loving relationship with a man. I don't want to die a spinster again. Help! Carlotta threw herself onto Gustavo's chest. Her body trembled throughout. It was the first time in 30 years that Carlotta had opened up and shown her emotional scars. She was tired of suffering. She wanted to free herself from the past, but the more she tried to forget it, the stronger it became and dominated her. She needed to change. The time had come. Calm down, my friend. Everything is about to be resolved. You did what was necessary. You cleansed your heart of complaints and guilt. Feel better. Gustavo handed her a handkerchief. She sweated her nose. Yes, I feel relieved. My chest is lighter. Even my limbs hurt less. You're taking off your back in a big way. A thought that had been there for years, probably since the traumatic separation. Is there a book I can lend me? I have something better. Give me a moment. Sure, feel free. I'll be right back. Meanwhile, I appreciate it. It's in plain sight from here in the garden. In winter, I'll do better. I'll take a walk in the garden. I need some fresh air next to the trees. Tell Clarice that I'm fine. Gustavo left, and around him there was a very intense light. He had noticed youth's presence since that morning. In the afternoon, when he felt a little sleepy, he had dreamed of Carlotta Veer, scenes from her last existence. He had been warned that he would only talk when necessary, that other situations lived in the past were not worth remembering. He did what was asked, and now everything depended on Carlotta and her love. Rubinho chatted animatedly with Aloy's parents. Aloy, in turn, was in the other corner of the room talking to Maria Helena Clarissa. Admo. Tranquility reigned in the atmosphere. One of the employees came to Gustavo, who had just entered the living room. Mr. Gustavo, the drought Eugenio Brandeo is in the R. He said that you called him. It's true, I need to talk to him. Gustavo, he walked away from the employee, returned to the room, had a word with the others, and kissed Maria Helena. She joked. If I know him well, he's up to something. What did he do to Carlotta? She's fine, and will get better later. I'll tell you everything, my love. Your father just arrived. He came. Where is he? In the hall? I want to say a word to him first. Do you mind? Then I'll bring him here. Feel free to just know that he's here. It makes me happy. I didn't want him to spend Christmas Eve alone. He didn't want to stay home. He was restless and impatient. He went to a hotel to have dinner with Sousa. After all, this is the first year he's been separated. It's not easy. You'll see how happy he'll be to see us all. He's hiding something, commented Aloy, completing in a joking tone. I know when he's pointing out something with the spirits. What's going on? You know me. You know that everything is fine. I had to attend to a request from a friendly spirit. Nothing, but I'll be back soon. Dr. Eugenio is waiting for me. Gustavo went to the hotel. How are you, Dr. Eugenio? Well, you seem very happy, and I'm also very happy to see my daughter by your side. Thank you, Doctor. Without treatment. I'm Eugenio and you're Gustavo. Don't forget that we don't have much of an age difference. They both laughed. It's true. Eugenio hadn't thought about that before. Maybe the proximity in age makes us closer friends than my father-in-law. I hope so, but why did you call me? I don't care about holidays. I'd spend the night at the hotel peacefully. I'm good company. I'm rediscovering the single life. Are you going to stay single until when? You don't intend to get married again? Eugenio burst out laughing. It's impossible for me to get married again. I've already made a mistake once. I won't make a mistake again. Do you want to accompany me to the office? You go follow me to the office. They sat down in nearby armchairs. Gustavo continued. There are so many things to be resumed. When he stopped doing that, he would like to give up. There's no more going to the office. Staying closer to Mario and Maria Helena. I felt a sense of strength in both of them, and I intend to be away more and more. This is a life-changing project that I'm starting at the beginning of this year. What are you going to do in your free time? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll move. I'm tired of the rush here at Rio de Janeiro is thinking about moving. Yes, Leo Cadia has been looking for a house for me, but hasn't found anything that satisfies me. Maria Helena is on the right track. You're doing well. You'll be very happy. Mario found Clarice, a wonderful creature. Leo Cadia and I have become great friends. We understand each other better than we have in the last 30 years. We both freed ourselves from a burden. Marriage without love doesn't bring good results. The union between two people is a serious thing. Unfortunately, most people are still full of illusions and quickly become frustrated. It's increasingly rare to find people who are united by the bond of love. I don't know any. Gustavo was surprised. And what do you say about your daughter's union with me and the union of Mario and Clarice? It's different. You're getting to know each other now. There's plenty of fuel for it. I believed in love, and today I don't know. I only felt love for one woman in my whole life.